So, so yesterday we saw again, we reviewed the old set that we've seen until now. We went again to consider the translations and bridges, and we discussed a little more the aspects of this decision to share this Tit Sin Kuen with the world. There have been some fuss about it because a few people who wrote me, well, you're spreading around stuff that is supposed to be kept secret and stuff. I want to tell you that really, I think that in 2020, the time of the secrets is over. And it's more time, the time of sharing and putting common and working together on things to make them better. I think that I'm not afraid of people who are not up to the standards to learn Tit Sin Kuen, that might do it, train it, just taking it from those videos. I mean, every time I suggest that they're not supposed to do it, but I also say that if they follow what I suggest, especially about breathing and the way of not creating internal pressure, there shouldn't be any problems, any harm to the body. Just do not intake air while contracting the muscles. Do not keep the air blocked when the movements of your waist and of your pelvis and of your diaphragm and everything will come out just fine. So that's it. If you're up to the standards and find that what I'm passing to you from Master Chan Hon Chung is clear and it's convincing from the basic techniques and position and all the basic activities for beginners. Then it moves to Gong Chi Fok Foken and eventually for Hak Yin Kuen, so the introduction of the animals. And then the very essence of animals and elements of Sapien Kuen. And then it goes back to the absence of figures and goes back to the pure essence of the movements, of the forms, of the control of the body. This is the real value of this wonderful martial art that we share. So the Hung style. And the Hung style starts from pure technique of practicing the stances and something and the Ping Chai, and it goes through creating the images of the elements, of the animals and stuff, and then goes back to the pure minimalistic essence of the martial arts. And this is something wonderful that nobody else has. This is really the difference. Tit Sin Kuen is what makes the Hung style unique, but not only Tit Sin Kuen. It's Tit Sin Kuen in connection with all the other forms that you trained before, and then after Tit Sin Kuen you take again, and you will see that you will start again from the beginning and keep on turning and turning in a silk that won't be unbroken, and you'll see that every time you pass through them, you'll discover something. If you master the Tit Sin Kuen, you'll see that going back to the Mui Fa Kuen will be really interesting, and you will discover a lot of things to do. So this is just for making it clear again. But today is the day of the unicorn. So Let's go immediately to, well, school today here. And so we've seen 2 days ago we completed the fourth part. So I want to summarize again all the things, and then so we have the first part with the salute. The second part is all the frontal procedure, okay? And then we have the third part where we'll learn this translation here and the idea of putting your attention and then your intention and then your sight and then your movement to another direction, okay? And we do it a couple of times, and when we do the T and so on. And there's the third. On the fourth section, we see another way of translation. So we understand to translate without creating the space, with just, but just slightly moving our center of gravity and going back there, and always keeping the weight of our body on the forefoot. And also, we have a good idea of how to keep the balance, the weight of our body on the forefoot, but not to overload one of the foot. So we are always ready to start the translation without too much effort. As I said, if we are here and we want to gain space and we have the weight on the heels and we are stuck on the position, is really difficult. So we have to do stuff. We have to move, and if we want to move this, we need to go back and put the weight back to unload the front foot and go forward. But sorry, I forgot to. But if our weight is on the forefoot, and if we have our center of gravity correctly put, we don't need to go back into this, but we just can, move the center of gravity forward and the feet follow. Okay, so we're seeing this. Here is, if the weight is correct, when you turn the hip, the leg will follow. So, okay, if you have if your weight is not correct, it doesn't. You have to do something like this, but this is wrong because your foot is stuck. If the weight is correct, it goes boom. Okay, and then if you want to go forward, from here, it's just move your center of gravity and you're gone. And if you want to go back, move your center of gravity and you're gone. Okay, so the idea is always being ready for going forward or backward without having to change your position, your stance, but just moving the center to the fourth section. Another thing is the bridge pin that we're seeing. That is this bridge that means crowding, occupying. And we've seen how to we've seen the importance of occupying the space, and we also seen how to occupy the space even when you're pretending to go back, like, hey, body, and you're keeping the space occupied. So this is like occupying the space because the opponent thinks you're going back, and ideally it comes toward you, but you're taking space and you're putting him out of measure. Okay, this idea of P will come out wonderfully in the next part, where we'll have the unicorn step. So I summarize again. Well, I start with the hey. Okay, so here we start the first part, etc. Then we go to the third section, that is this, etc. This side and that side. Then go back here, and we go to the fourth section. That starts, remember, with a left hand blow. Up. Here. A. Translation. Here. B. Heated B. With che. Hey. Again. Ba. Oh, hey, ta. Okay. And then we do the same on the other side. Okay. Hey. Oh, etc. Finish. Ta. And we're back here. So what happens now? What I usually see is something like this. Hey? This is awful. It's awful for a serious origins. Think of, what are we doing? So what did the old guy that created the Tit Sin Kuen want to tell us here? He wanted, well, we're going here. Why? Because, and we're, the next blow tells us what's going on, okay? So that's something coming from here. But think that there is an attack coming from here. If you do what I see nearly everybody does, everybody not in the original Chan Hon Chung school, everybody that I see mimicking by the Tit Sin Kuen or other styles, when they do this, they go like, pop, and then they go pum, and they look here, and then they turn. So when you go with the first pan, the weight is all here, your knees on the other knees, you're stuck. Your hands are here, and you get a good punch on your head, a good kick on your knee, and a sweep that will throw you. So, this time I will start. It's at the contrary, from the application to make you understand what's going on here. What's going on? There is an attack coming from here. That's 45 degrees behind us on our left, okay? And we just, what do? We do not retreat. We just change our angles. Look, I do it here because I am a good, I don't know if you see it, we have a good signal of a, let's see, do something like that. Okay? We have a good signal. I put it here. I hope you can see it. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, this is important because we hear something coming. What we do is we just look. We are again on the spot. Our spot. We do not lose. We do not lose space. We keep our space under control. Okay. Our hands are there. It's always P with Chung, with a short punch. No, But the important thing is that we do not retreat. We just take hold of our space, or what's ours, and we protecting, just changing the angle and putting us. What's the goal? The goal is creating the usual attack triangle. So put our hips, okay, in a position where we can attack. And what we do with the hands, with the hands, the form is hey. But the real thing is it's just getting into the space and creating and defending itself. Okay, and so before getting into the form of this spot, train this unicorn step and put a marker here and the same on the other side, okay? The same on the other side, and then you go there. But here, you're not giving away space, okay? You're not giving away space. You are going around the space. And every time, always before moving, look at the guys coming. Here, the intention goes there, not there. So if you go there like this, and you look that part, you're making a mistake because you get a punch. Okay? So just here. And then, right? And this is chin. So the idea, this is a chin bridge. So is the idea of the 1-inch punch. Okay, and this also rotating. Okay, so let's do it properly. I mean form, conceptual, but not stuck, not frozen, just active, okay? Okay, listen, here. Yeah, I said there. Hey! We do it on the other side. Hey! This thing is very useful. I am against working with lines, tape, schemes, and stuff. I mean, everything should be on our soul, on our mind, on our imagination. But in this case, it's very useful to get rid of this old, nasty image of the unicorn step as something ridiculously frozen. What the hell are you looking at? Just there. Okay? So, this is what's going on. And this is what you are supposed to do when you practice your Tit Sin in the combat way. So you can practice like this. I know that the 4 is, so we finish this part, blah, blah, blah. Hey, we finish this part, we are back in the central position. Okay. This is the pure form. And hey. Okay. Other side again. Hey. Please put always in your movement this. And when you're here, remember, very important, that you're not turning so much that you are putting your legs on the same line. There's always the attack line in the middle. Your feet are on the sides of the attack line, right side, left side. Okay, so you have to calculate your step. So you are here, okay, and you go with and then when you go with hey, there's a line that your feet do not cross. Okay, do it last time. We're here, okay. Hey. We'll do stuff the next time. Again, the other side. Hey. Practicing a form is not geometric stuff. It can happen that you make some, you don't go enough far, you don't, always, you can, there's nothing bad in correcting. You haven't put your foot enough apart, just when you do it, if you are in a good position, this follows. It's not pushing. It follows the spin, the waist that spins. But this happens only if you have your weight correctly put correctly on the forefoot. Because if you have it on the back, on your heel, you're stuck. And so in this case, all the errors, the mistakes become critical because you are stuck on the position. So you have the beginning of the 5th part, and I don't say nearly done, but that's not much left. So I wanted to keep very short this part today because I really suggest you to work a lot on this unicorn step. And I suggest you to rethink the unicorn step that you're that appears here and there in the other forms, and rethinking and reworking and tune it up to the idea of the unicorn step as a moment of passage and not a retreating, nothing else than a way to recalibrate your position to be in the best possible condition to cope with an attack coming from somewhere else. So for this, you must absolutely skip this idea of putting the weight just bam, and even worse is stamping the foot, or nothing of that. Be light. Always have the idea that you're light, that your feet just lightly touch the ground, but you're in the air. You're Superman and you're flying, and you're just cleaning the floor with your feet. And always remember that even in Tit Sin, it's not a matter of going, oh, yeah, but energy, contraction with air movements, with the total attention to your body, and so you can use it as a whole. Your weapons are not the hands, the feet, the head. Your weapon is yourself, is your body. And this is the way you have to think your body, rethink your body with thanks to Tit Sin Kuen. I think it's enough for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.